On a quiet summer morning in rural Pennsylvania, a meadow looks simple and calm. Grass sways, wildflowers glow, insects drift. But beneath the surface lies a complex underground network of roots, microbes, and fungi working with machine-like precision. This hidden system stabilizes soil, stores carbon, manages water, and supports life at a massive scale. What seems like just grass is actually a living infrastructure shaped over thousands of years. The underground architecture you never see. Grasslands are built from the ground down. For every inch of plant visible above the soil, several feet of roots extend downward, weaving through layers of earth. In some native grass species, root systems can reach depths comparable to a building's basement. These roots don't exist just to hold the plant upright. They act as stabilizers, drainage engineers, and storage systems all at once. They reduce erosion during heavy rainfall, slow runoff that would otherwise cause flooding, and help soil retain moisture during droughts. What's striking is how much life is hidden below ground. In many grasslands, the majority of plant biomass exists beneath the surface. Above-ground greenery is only a fraction of the system. The real structure, the part that makes grasslands resilient, lies unseen. This hidden architecture explains why natural meadows often survive extreme weather better than lawns or monoculture fields. Shallow-rooted systems fail quickly under stress. Deep, diverse root networks absorb shocks and recover faster. Fungal highways and underground trade routes. Roots do not work alone. They are connected to vast fungal networks known as mycorrhizal systems. These fungi attach to plant roots and extend outward, forming microscopic threads that dramatically expand a plant's access to water and nutrients. Recent global research analyzing thousands of field sites shows that these fungal partnerships significantly increase soil carbon storage by over 20% in diverse ecosystems. The fungi act as brokers, facilitating the exchange of nutrients while locking carbon deep underground, where it remains for decades or longer. Through these networks, plants can effectively share resources. Healthier plants may transfer carbon to stressed neighbors. Signals warning of pests or drought can move across fungal connections. It is not communication in the human sense, but it is coordination, an underground economy built on cooperation. This hidden network is one reason native grasslands remain green during dry periods while nearby landscapes with simpler root systems wither. Grasslands as soil factories. Soil is not dirt, it is a living system, and grasslands are among its most efficient builders. As roots grow, die, and regrow, they continuously feed organic material into the ground. Microbes break this material down and incorporate it into stable soil structures. Over time, this process creates deep, fertile soil capable of holding water, nutrients, and carbon. Long-term studies show that restoring diverse grasslands dramatically accelerates this process. In some cases, restored meadows store carbon at rates far exceeding those of land left to regenerate on its own. Each acre can offset a meaningful amount of atmospheric carbon dioxide, contributing quietly but steadily to climate stability. This matters far beyond the meadow itself. Healthy soils reduce flood risk, improve water quality, and support agriculture in surrounding areas. Farms near intact grasslands often benefit from healthier pollinator populations and more balanced pest control. Grasslands don't just sit on soil, they actively manufacture it, nature's cooling system. Grasslands also influence temperature in ways that are easy to feel but rarely explained. On hot days, grass-covered landscapes can be dramatically cooler than paved or bare ground. This cooling effect comes from a combination of shade, moisture retention, and evaporation. Plants release water vapor through their leaves, which cools the surrounding air. The soil beneath stays moist and insulated, preventing heat from building up. Compared to asphalt or compacted soil, grassland surfaces can be dozens of degrees cooler. This difference creates localized microclimates that reduce heat stress for wildlife and humans alike. In and around developed areas, patches of grassland can lower surrounding temperatures and improve air quality. In a warming world, these natural cooling systems are not just pleasant, they are increasingly essential. biodiversity built from the ground up. Healthy grasslands support astonishing levels of life. Beneath the soil, microbes and fungi form the base of the system. Above it, insects, birds, mammals, and reptiles depend on grasses for food, shelter, and breeding habitat. Restored meadows in Pennsylvania now support hundreds of species, including native bees, crucial for pollinating both wild plants and crops. The structure of grasses, dense at the base, open at the top, creates niches for animals of all sizes. This biodiversity doesn't exist despite the grass. It exists because of it. When grasslands disappear, entire food webs collapse with them. Ice Age engineers and ancient landscapes. The grasslands of Pennsylvania are not recent inventions. They are survivors from deep history. During the last Ice Age, enormous herbivores like mammoths and mastodons roamed the region. Their grazing and trampling prevented forests from taking over, maintaining open landscapes where grasses thrived. These animals were ecosystem engineers, shaping plant communities through sheer physical presence. When these megafauna went extinct around 11,000 years ago, grasslands began to shrink. Forests expanded, but the system did not vanish entirely. Indigenous communities later played a key role in maintaining open habitats through carefully managed fire. Controlled burns prevented tree encroachment, recycled nutrients, and sustained grassland biodiversity. While detailed Pennsylvania-specific documentation is limited, evidence from across eastern North America shows that fire was a crucial ecological tool. Today's land managers are rediscovering what ancient systems already knew. Disturbance, when used wisely, creates resilience, restoring what was lost. Once common across Pennsylvania, native grasslands have been reduced to scattered fragments. Landscapes that once stretched across tens of thousands of acres now survive only in isolated patches, hemmed in by roads, farms, and development. Fire suppression, intensive agriculture, and urban expansion slowly erased these ecosystems, not through a single dramatic loss, but through decades of quiet conversion. Today, restoration efforts are beginning to reverse that trend. State agencies, conservation organizations, and national programs are working together to bring meadows back to life. These projects focus on reintroducing diverse native grasses and wildflowers, rebuilding degraded soils, and restoring natural processes such as controlled burning where conditions allow. The goal is not to recreate a frozen moment in history, but to rebuild functioning ecosystems that can adapt to modern climates. The early results are encouraging. Restored grasslands often show rapid increases in native plant cover, stronger root systems that stabilize soil, and a noticeable return of insects, birds, and small mammals. Communities near these projects benefit as well. Meadows slow stormwater runoff, reduce flooding, improve water quality, and provide open natural spaces that support recreation and education. Still, restoration is not a simple formula. Pennsylvania's soils, topography, and microclimates vary widely, meaning techniques that succeed in one location may fail in another. Ongoing site-specific research is essential, especially for maximizing long-term carbon storage, biodiversity, and resilience in a changing climate, a system where everything connects. What makes grasslands extraordinary is not any single function, but how seamlessly everything works together. Roots stabilize soil while feeding microbes. Microbes support plants while storing carbon. Plants cool the air while sheltering animals. Animals shape plant communities in return. Nothing operates in isolation. Each part reinforces the others. The result is a system more resilient, productive, and adaptable than any individual component could ever be alone. Grasslands are proof that cooperation, not dominance, is one of nature's most powerful strategies, seeing the meadow differently. Once you understand what lies beneath your feet, a meadow is no longer empty space. It is a living archive of ice ages, ancient animals, indigenous knowledge, and modern science. It is infrastructure built without concrete, climate control without machines, communication without wires. Every step crosses thousands of microscopic partnerships, chemical exchanges, and evolutionary solutions refined over millennia. the grass beneath your feet is not passive. It is actively shaping the world around it, quietly, persistently, and beautifully. And once you see that, it's impossible to look at just grass the same way again. The next time you walk through a meadow, remember, beneath your feet is a living system quietly shaping the world you depend on. Most of nature's power doesn't shout. It works in silence. If you enjoy uncovering the hidden systems that run our planet, make sure to like and subscribe. There's a lot more beneath the surface.